Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Spectrum Drama, where we take a look at the hottest posts on Spectrum for the week and give our opinions on them. So, before we get started, don't forget we do have our giveaway running for the entirety of the month of July. So if you want to be in with the chance to win the awesome grey cap, plus the little weapons package we've put together, then don't forget to comment on this and every other video in the month of July for your chance to win. Okay, let's get started. So first up, we've got a post from Nomad, and it says, the failure of 3.6. Now this is a big post, so I recommend checking the link and having a little read. The long and short of this really is 3.6 is a bit of a fail. There's a lot of problems with it. Not just all the crashes and all the problems, logging in and all that sort of stuff, but some of the things that have been implemented are messy. There's a lot of people who really love the hover mode and think it works well, but there are a large number of people who think that it's a little bit messy in its implementation. Same with the lore system. The lore system's been implemented, but it is literally just you did something bad, we're going to fine you. Oh, and by the way, here's 1 million interdictions. So there's some weird things going on in 3.6. I mean, I haven't played it much because I'm one of the unlucky people who just crashes constantly. You've been in it a lot more than me, but I mean, I think you got on with the hover mode. I didn't because I'm an idiot. First and foremost, I just went, forwards. How have you got on with 3.6 so far? Do you think it's fail, or do you think it's just maybe they need to tweak a bit?
They need to tweak like everything at the moment. I'm not even sure about hover mode. I've tried it a few times. It kind of works sometimes, and a lot of times I just end up smashing into the side of something. Don't know. The lore system is a bit weird as well. Like you say, lots of interdictions going on at the moment from the Popo, but at least now they actually kind of do something. Whereas before we just get interdicted by the Popo and they just kind of fly around a little bit and nothing happened. So you just, quantum travel away. But now...
it's just more of an annoyance.
Now they actually hail you and say, we're going to scan your ship, stop moving, or we will, open fire, basically.
Yeah, that's cool.
But that happens... I mean, I had one trip that happened to me 4 times. It gets boring real quick.
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Especially if you're doing a really long jump and that's already... quite boring because there's nothing else to do, and then all of a sudden you just have to keep starting. Nope.
Yeah. Like he says, the hacking is kind of a bit odd as well. They've put it down as a new hacking system, but if you boil it down, it's basically the same one that was at Korea, but you just have to keep pressing continue button on the screen now. There's no you would have thought there would be like a mini game or something rather than just press a button. They could have done something. I'm sure they've got something in the pipeline that's better, but they might as well have waited until that was ready. Yeah,
that's the problem, is they keep putting in what are essentially placeholders for mechanics, but they're actually a little bit more detrimental, I think, than they realise, because not only do they turn us off from that actual feature, we think, oh no, well, hacking's going to be crap, so let's not have it. But also, like you said, they might as well just wait until they've got something that works the way they want it to, so we can kind of see what their vision is rather than guessing. It's weird.
Yeah, they did it with mining, so why rush out a crappy version of hacking? That doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, I don't get it. One of my favourite things on this, and I haven't tried this yet, but he says strafe is overpowered. You can now use strafe to yeet. I love that. That's such a daft word. Into space just about as fast as using your main thrusters. Is that a thing? Is that a real thing?
I didn't feel like they were. I mean, yes, I guess so. The acceleration isn't as good as the main thrusters, but if given enough space and time, you can basically accelerate up to what your main thruster maximum speed is set to.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
That's quite crazy. Yeah, it is a bit weird. I mean, 3.6 it's bad. It is bad, and I mean, I think that they're going to have to change or do so much stuff to this patch to, I think, get it up and over like 1.5 cow faces right now. Because it's really bad. It's been unplayable mostly for me, so I just I don't know. It's worrying. It is worrying, and there's a lot of things that he says as well, which is kind of like, you know, are they listening to us? You know, we were talking about this. You know, they listen to our feedback, and they do, and they talked about that. But then they put out things which seem to kind of contradict what I think the larger percentage of their fan base actually want. And I think maybe it's because it's just what they always had planned, and it's just easier to just continue down that road than try to make people happy, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it's probably quicker and simpler for the time, but yeah, it doesn't put a good kind of view on everything.
Yeah.
Like you said, I mean,
the future.
This patch is like what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks delayed now. This should have been out 2 weeks ago, and we're still kind of testing in PTU. It's we're on for a similar situation with what we had with 3.5. Where we're going to basically get the live patch about 3 weeks before the next patch is due, and then get some kind of random hotfix patch with a couple of new ships in it, like the 890 jump, like a week before 3.7 comes out.
Yeah, it's random because I kind of hope that. What I'd actually like is I'd like for them to say, right, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to roll back to 3.5. We're going to leave in anything that's kind of working as intended. We're going to take out all the stuff that's broken this game. And then I tell you what, we'll see you with a 3.6 in 2.5 months. That's what I want, because this isn't working. And why keep pushing stuff out that's breaking the game when you could just hold back for a minute? Make it work, and then, give it to us when it's ready. I know a lot of people moan and they're like, no, we want it on schedule, but we also need something that works, because we all play this game as an actual game. So it's it's a pain in the arse. Basically.
I don't even know what to suggest that they do, but like you say, I mean, they've been kind of chasing their tail the last 2 patches, and they just need to, I don't know, catch their breath and not rush it. I'm not even saying that they're rushing it. They're putting the time and the effort into it. Fair play. But throwing stuff out like this just because the schedule demands something goes out is kind of starting to show some weaknesses that we didn't see last year.
Yeah, and I think what you said there is exactly perfect. Take a breath. I think that's what they should do, even if they don't think they need it. I think that maybe they need to step back and say, right, I tell you what, we're going to take these 3 months to just perfect what we've got, and make sure that when this patch that we're technically in does come out, that it comes out playable, that it comes out as good as we expect it to. And as good as all the backers that have paid thousands of pounds for this game expect it to, rather than just pushing it out like you said, because they want to keep it on schedule, because 8 people will moan at them. So that would be my advice anyway. CIG, I'd take a breath, my friends, and just catch up with yourselves, because this is it's going a bit pear-shaped. Okay, so keeping on a similar theme, we've got a post from citizencon. And it says hover mode, no drift with no input. And basically the gist of this is there are problems with hover mode. Even if people say there aren't, there are, and maybe they're not mechanical problems, but they're input problems from a player perspective. And so what citizencon is saying is that currently, if you even remotely pitch or rotate your ship or point it in any direction, it is just going to go that way, and then you've got to fight to kind of get it to stop and go back the other way, and it's a very unintuitive system. And basically what he's saying is it would be really useful if there was a way in that your ship would kind of automatically come back to level. You know, so if you do an accidental input and it starts to go forwards, but then you do no input, it will right itself automatically. And I think you can press space break, I'm assuming, to do that same thing, but I think it's quite a good idea. But I mean, does space break do that? Because I haven't really played with hover mode, to be honest.
Do you know what? I've never actually tried using the space break while in hover mode. I've been trying to sort of, land it on a landing pad, and then it just shoots forward and smashes into something. And it happens so quick that you just got no kind of time to even compute in your brain what you need to do to stop it. Yeah. It's just quick, avoid.
Yeah, that was my experience. I mean, you saw me trying to land. Fair enough. We did learn afterwards that I had cruise control on, which that shouldn't affect it. Cruise control should be a flight mechanic. It should not affect VTOL.
It should cut out.
Because you're setting a maximum speed. You're setting your your cruise speed. Why would you be cruising in VTOL? Makes no sense. But anyway, I had a lot of problems with it. But I mean, we'll find out, because I mean, at time of recording this, we are just about to jump in and have another fly around. So we're about to see if I smash into stuff or not. But place your bets. I mean, you'll be laughing all night, I think, while I'm crashing my ship into everything that's bolted down.
I'm sure other games actually do like an auto level, mainly on helicopters. Yeah. I'm pretty sure Armour has that. It's been a while since I played that, but I was fairly sure that their helicopters have an auto level.
Yeah. I mean, you remember when we were playing like DayZ and stuff like that, and we're always flying around helicopters, and basically you push forwards, it goes forwards, but if you let go, it just levels out so that you can pretty much hover, and that makes sense. It's just it's a very intuitive way of doing it, basically. So there you go. It's a good idea, Shirkon, and hopefully they'll figure out that there's a lot of people out here who might need that additional little bit of help. So cool. So next up, we've actually got two posts. I'm going to kind of lump them together because they're kind of in the same vein. So the first post is from Duke AGC. I nearly said that wrong, but there you go. I can't read. Visual and stylistic downgrades. CitizenCon's ArcCorp was better. So we'll go through this real quick, because I know we've talked about this quite a lot, but I fully agree. The initial view of ArcCorp when they were flying around in CitizenCon was gritty, and like it looked really it looked like a working city, and now it looks a bit more like a water painting. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just washed out and smoggy, and I don't know. And I agree. I just think that it's just a little wishy-washy now. Very pretty, and it's a marvel, but it's wishy-washy.
Yeah, the scenery for ArcCorp in the was it 2017 CitizenCon? The big reveal. It was amazing in that. And we all know it's taken a bit of a graphical downgrade, because the actual CitizenCon footage was kind of faked in a few places that we've seen. If they could get it back to that, I would be very happy. I think it looked a lot better than what we've got now. That's not to detract from the ArcCorp that we have now, because it is pretty amazing what they've done. But aesthetically, I liked the CitizenCon one. Yeah,
I agree. And in a similar sort of vein, we've actually got a post from our very own Jag Hiroshi, who is a good friend of ours. And this is, a highly upvoted post, so we're not cheating. And Jag says, the sound in this game is so immersive, and it seems even better in 3.6. And we talk about the sound a lot because I'm an audiophile, I love my sound. Cryoco is the same. You just feel more and you emote more when the sound is good. And he gives I recommend reading the post, because he gives a little kind of story of what he was doing, when this kind of revelation hit him. But I have to agree, every time they change anything in this game, it normally breaks. The one thing you can rely on is that the sound just gets progressively better.
Yeah, that's true. It's actually a pretty good story, so I do recommend anyone go and sort of read this. And if anyone's actually on our Discord channel, they've probably seen a few of Jag's little story times.
Definitely, yeah. If you're, you should definitely sign up to our Discord, because we've got people like Jag and Sprocket who they'll put a wall of text on our Discord, and I think, oh god, what's this? And then I spend like the next 10 minutes reading it, and it's awesome. It's always a cool story. So yeah, definitely check our Discord out if you want some Star Citizen stories.
Yeah, my only problem with Jag's little story time here, I think is lacking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's lacking nun outfits and riding crops.
Yes, yeah. I thought the same thing. I mean, maybe he just didn't want people to know quite how weird he was, so he left out what he was wearing. But yeah, I like it. Okay, so last up we actually have 2 posts from the same poster. So well done, Annabelle Boo Huxley. The first post is hover mode, caught on film. Now watch this video because it made me crack up. It's basically just it's actually a YouTuber, Life of a Citizen. The video is hilarious. It's just him kind of crashing, trying to land in hover mode. It's really, really funny. So about 2.5 minutes, but recommend it.
Yeah, that's brilliant. The first bit actually gets me chuckling. You know, the usual kind of Chris Roberts meme where he's trying to describe, I think it was a wormhole or whatever it was, yeah. And he's doing all the hand movements. It's just cracking. That one never gets old. Yeah. And then it goes into the sort of ships crashing kind of foul video. It's really something. You should watch it.
Oh yeah, and it's so well made, and it's done to classical music, and it's all in time. It's just really good. So yeah, highly recommended. And the second post from Annabelle is I've been shot, and this is something I've never seen before. It's just about a 13-second video of an NPC getting shot, and his animation is like old school like death scenes where they like grab their chest and then they look at their hands because they've got the blood, and they look up and they're like, "What have you done?" It's like, it's brilliant. I've never seen that in any game, I don't think. But I mean, have you come across anyone dying like this so far?
No, I haven't. No, we've done a few bunker missions, but they usually just kind of flip out, or just don't respond to getting shot. I've never seen that death animation before.
No. The best death animation is when they go T-pose and then we can push them in our ship toilet. Well, but yeah, that's amazing. Definitely check that out because it's just funny, and you know, I love the fact that they've put little touches like that in the game. Definitely makes it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so there you have it. That's all our posts for the week. We hope you liked them. We hope that you found them informative or amusing. And don't forget to let us know in the comments what you thought of these posts. And every comment that you make on this and every video in the month of July will count towards that giveaway. So get commenting. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Star Citizen videos. And we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.